What's up, everyone? Welcome into Dodger Heads, presented by DodgerBlue.com, your home of the 2020 World Series champion Los Angeles Dodgers and the absolute number one place to go for up-to-the-minute Dodger news and analysis. My name is Jeff Spiegel, and I'm here today because we've got some interesting news coming from Jorge Castillo of the Los Angeles Times on Justin Turner and where the Dodgers are at with Turner and contract negotiations. Justin Turner, who's recently turned 36, is reportedly seeking a 4-year contract, and the Dodgers are offering a 2-year deal, so we've got a bit of a gap in expectations there. Castillo notes that if Turner ceases to be an option, he goes on to express some of the options the Dodgers view out there. Externally, free agents, DJ LeMahieu, a name we've talked about a lot, is one that apparently the Dodgers are interested in. That signing would then put them over the competitive balance tax line, so that is an issue. The other names he mentions as options to Turner before we get into this are trade options. Kris Bryant, Eugenio Suarez, Mike Moustakas, Kyle Seager. I'll admit those last two names, when I read them, I was like throwing up in my mouth a little bit. The good news, he immediately crosses them off. They're both left-handed. The Dodgers are clearly looking for a right-handed bat. So you've got Bryant, who would come sort of as a 1-year rental from the Cubs, trying to shed payroll. So that would be a cheap acquisition, you would think, whereas Eugenio Suarez is actually on a 4-year deal, super team friendly. It's about 4 years, $44 million, as well as a 5th-year option for $15 million. So really good there. So let's break this down, starting with Turner. I love Justin Turner, hometown guy, super clutch, super consistent, clubhouse leader. A 4-year contract for a guy like him is crazy. He's 36. Now, he has held up better than the average 36-year-old when it comes to Major League Baseball and how he's played. But clearly this last year, you saw the decline. You saw a lack of mobility at third base starting to become an issue. You saw his inability to catch up to high velocity fastballs, which is an issue. That's why to pay a guy big money through his age 39 season, he would turn 40 about a month after that contract expires. I just can't imagine that he's going to get that from anyone, especially the Dodgers. And when it comes to Dodgers, I think the 2 years, I think Turner's probably throwing 4 years out there as a negotiating tactic, saying, hey, let's just meet in the middle at 3, right? I don't think the Dodgers are negotiating. I think the Dodgers are saying 2 years, this is the best we can do. You're 36. We've started to see some decline, and they know they have to save some money to pay Buehler and Bellinger and hopefully Seager and Kershaw and all these guys down the road. And the Dodgers are in stronger position. They know that they can't throw money around irresponsibly with all those guys due up. Not to mention, there's plenty of options out there. So I made the prediction last week that Turner wouldn't be back. Obviously, I still think it's likely that he comes back. I think, if I'm making a bold prediction, that's what I would do. But if I had to bet and you gave me even odds on everything, I predict Turner comes back. But this is the type of thing that worries me. I think the Dodgers, we're talking about less than 6 weeks away from spring training when players start reporting. I think the Dodgers need to figure this out. And the longer they wait on Turner, the less alternatives are out there. As far as the guys mentioned, I think all three have merits. I like DJ LeMahieu the most because with all the money coming off the books next year, I think, yes, you maybe go over the tax line this year, but then you can dip back under next year without a problem, even if you were to re-sign Corey Seager as Kenley Jansen's $20 million comes off the books, Joe Kelly, Clayton Kershaw, who I think they would like to re-sign, Corey Knebel, and others, Seager's number obviously as well. So DJ LeMahieu's the guy I would like the most. You can get him on a similar length deal, 4 years, but for a guy who's 4 years younger. Kris Bryant, another great option. I know that's not a popular name in Dodgerland, but for 1 year, I think the cost would be light based on the Yu Darvish return. And I think you're buying low on a guy who, this was a superstar MVP not that long ago. He just turned 29 today, actually. Happy birthday, Kris Bryant. So age-wise, I like that one. And then Suarez, not a name I've really thought about or considered, but when I dig in, 29 years old, the contract signed for 5 years for a really reasonable number for all 5. That means the prospect cost would be higher, but you're also adding a guy who probably makes retaining Seager easier. So Seager's slated to make about $12 million in arbitration. Suarez would basically slide into that $12 million number, and then you could take Jansen's $20 million or, Kershaw's numbers, all those bigger numbers, and throw some of those at Seager. So that's interesting. This is a guy with 20-plus home runs, 2016 through 2019 every year. He had 15 in just 57 games last year, an OPS around 900 in 2018 and 2019. Defensively, it would be a downgrade. He seems to be average or below average according to most metrics. But all this is to say, I think when it comes to a negotiation between the Dodgers and Justin Turner, I think the Dodgers are in a good spot. I don't think they love playing hardball with Justin Turner. I don't think fans love that they're playing hardball with Justin Turner. But if he's asking for a 4-year deal, they're not going to cave just for the sake of the PR move. If he gets that somewhere else, great. But honestly, I would be surprised if the Dodgers even offered him a 3rd year, unless that 3rd year is at a really team-friendly number. So that's what we've got. Let us know what you think below. If you had to choose between Justin Turner for 3 years, DJ LeMahieu for 4 years, Chris Bryant in a 1-year trade, low cost, or Eugenio Suarez in a trade that probably higher prospect cost, but you have him under team control for up to 5 years, which of those would you like to do? As always, check out DodgerBlue.com. Check back here tonight, 8 p.m. live. Daniel Starkin and I will be here talking Justin Turner, talking all sorts of breaking news. Liam Hendriks' interest was reported today. What does that mean for the Dodgers? So we'll be breaking that down. Dodger Heads live tonight, 8 p.m. Make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel here as well. So we appreciate you joining us. As always, enjoy the rest of your day, and we will see you soon.